thing with, what else we got? Okay, we got,
The camping ordinance,
Okay.
number 8.
I move that we review and sign ordinance 2025-1, establishing rules and regulations regarding camping on county-owned property within Muscle Shoals County.
Yeah, I'll second that.
that was a near perfect recommendation.
With that,
Movie, near
there-
perfect move. All right, on your discussion.
yes, because there was, Bonnie had, she came to me and she says, as she went down the highway, she noticed that there were a couple campers over there on the fishing access site. So I went down there, and there were 3 of them, and those campers, I don't know how in the hell they got there, because they aren't even worth pulling.
Really?
No, but there was one man living in one, and he had this generator that he was watching his TV from.
Okay.
Well, I knocked on the door and was able to get him to finally come.
Mhm.
And you know, you gotta be careful about that because it's someone's home.
Yeah.
And it's already been established in the state of Montana, you poke your head in there and you might get a shot. You might get blasted.
Legally.
Yes.
Legally, you're allowed to do that.
So he finally came out, and the long and the short of it, I told him, says, you can't camp here, you can't. And he told me that, and I also went to the sheriff's office and explained to them that I talked to him
No.
and all of this business, and says, you're gonna have to monitor if you would. But
When?
his
Yeah.
daughter called me, and I talked to her, she lives in number 3, and I says, well, why is he having to live in that camper that's hardly livable? Why isn't he living in your house?
And she said,
Well, she says, she just went around and around in a circle. She says, well, I says, don't you have enough room in your camper or wherever you're living? I kind of question whether she's actually living in a place where she's renting and that the owner knows that she can live there. I think that's a problem.
But the point though is that he can't camp.
You know,
Once we
you're
sign
gonna
this
have to
ordinance,
move.
the sheriff can enforce it.
Yes, and I says, that's what's gonna happen, they're gonna have you evicted, I mean, they'll just.
You hate to do
And
that.
I hate to tell you this, but we're gonna just come down here with with a pickup and we'll just hook onto your vehicle and take off with it.
he didn't have a vehicle there, just the camper. huh?
No, and he said he had health issues, I was looking at him and it's not a.
Depends what he was watching on TV.
He's probably watching Andy Griffith.
It's
Well,
a sad-
it's unfortunate.
It's a
but
sad
this is-
situation.
Yeah, this is what
Yes.
we gotta do. So, all in favor?
I
Motion carried.
gotta have rules.
I couldn't find license plates on the other 2 campers,
Really?
so I says, who the hell owns them?
There was no one in them.
Hmm?
No one was in them.
Well, I guess the county owns them.
Well, it's a
Well,
serious problem. People are.
It is
It
a
is.
problem
And,
nationwide,
yeah.
it's not just here, it's
And they, you know, it's sad because maybe they don't have a lot of choice, but we got, you know,
Well, this is the other thing that I told him, I says, I gave him the address of the, what you call down here, the public, the public.
fairgrounds? No, I'm just kidding.
Campgrounds?
The people who take care of public, you know, like welfare and that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I gave him their address, I also gave him Tracy Moody's address, because the 2 of them you can get meals, and you can also get, housing. And so, let's
Okay.
see if he goes, let's, see what happens.
There's options.
I'm sure, you know.
He may very well qualify. He came from Lewistown, well, they removed him from Lewistown, that's what he told me anyway, that's what he told me. I'm just reverberating what he told me.
Regurgitating?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it is unfortunate, but we're not in the business of, you know, they're gonna actually develop that access, you know, and it's gonna be, I think this ordinance says we're gonna start charging, so,
Yeah, it's a sad situation, but we think about it.
you said there were 3 down there, so there's only 3 spots or something right now, I mean, no,
Yeah, man, I thought, well, they were hunters, just,
Oh,
you know, spending the evening there and hunting or you know, camping overnight for some reason. That's not what it was.
Get into the rest of us here. Okay, so this says Mintock Enterprises with notice that this is the notice to proceed with the scope of work.
didn't I already sign this for you? This is the notice to proceed.
No, we hadn't discussed it, you don't wanna sign that yet.
Yeah, don't they?
No, that's
hold on.
trash.
Oh, okay.
That's
We-
John Minor, this is John Minor.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
trash. I've revised it since then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not Enterprise, that's John Minor. Enterprise is a go, John Minor is these retailers.
And then there's something here for the county roads, and they did note about it. This says, county and Russell shall, cattle guards.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not
we're
sure.
past our 2 weeks, aren't we?
What we are on
Yeah.
this, so, I don't see it on the agenda, I don't know, it was in my paperwork, so I don't know. Petitioner,
Well, do they have the ordinance?
I
We were
don't
supposed to
believe they
sign
do.
an ordinance
Yeah,
on the cattle guards.
and
Yeah,
that,
cost of
what we did,
landowners. I
I'm
don't
not certain that we came up with an actual fee amount on the cattle
I
guard.
think he
This is
does.
the information that she left.
Who's this? Is this Randy?
I don't remember.
No, this is,
doing
well,
that. I'm
Bonnie
sure
left
Tom
this in my
has something.
packet,
Oh,
so,
okay,
but I
gotcha.
don't know
We
anything.
can always call
Okay.
him.
About it.
Well, there was gonna be, okay.
That's
Resolution.
trash. I'll give you a copy of the one they signed. We got that
This is kind of history, but it brings up the bigger issue that we need to finish the ordinance on the cattle guards so we can
Yes.
sign it.
Yes, there's more to be done on that issue.
Yeah. You guys can look at that. Review it for correctness. Yeah. So where we at?
Cattle guards.
Yeah, cattle guards is, we've had that advertised for 2 weeks. We thought there was an actual a resolution or an ordinance.
There's a resolution that, on there, I think
Yeah, but
resolution
it's an
something
old one.
0,000.
Yeah.
It's signed
kinda
by the-
old.
It's signed by the past commission.
Mhm.
So maybe they were suggesting we do
No,
something
the past
similar.
commissioners, were all these commissioners that passed out. Herschel Robbins, Lyle Storrs, and Richard Walker are all gone.
Yeah.
Dick's still alive,
Dick's still alive?
yeah.
Okay, he should be gone. But yeah. Ain't it $1,600 for a cattle guard? I'll buy one.
I'll be darned. Seeing, that was another thing that Tom was gonna do, is do more research, call the other counties and find out what they charge.
Yeah, yeah.
But what did we advertise? We advertised something.
We said, we're gonna charge you, there's gonna be a fee to put in
Yeah, I think they
cattle.
had a draft resolution for us to sign.
But there was no amount on it.
I don't think there was a amount on it, but maybe they were wrong, maybe we should get a hold of Tom and see.
Well, it's hard to have public comment if they don't know what they're gonna charge.
Well, but we haven't been charging them at all up till now.
Yeah,
So this is for if anyone in the county wants to put in a cattle guard, there's gonna be a fee to put one
We're
in.
gonna have to, we'll charge you.
And that's only on county roads, or is that private roads as well?
No.
Just county roads?
County roads.
Yeah.
If you're private road, you gotta put it in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's obvious on the private.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah,
But Tom did get a reduced bid on cattle guards. I
He
mean,
did.
got a big bid from the Amish.
Well, he got from the Amish, and he's getting another one from the KM
Kyle?
Welding People
Oh, yeah?
Incorporated,
You guys.
Oh,
LLC.
You should be privy to that.
sorry, I didn't know.
But I thought we had pricing and everything worked out, and we had a draft resolution, we kind of probably need to follow up on that.
I think so.
And the other thing, before we forget it, we definitely need to appoint that board next week.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've got everybody selected, we just need to do it.
Okay.
And another issue that we talked about with Bruce is that maybe we should consider, or at least make the offer, but it would have to be directly with the Muscle Shell Senior Center, Muscle Shell County Senior Center, pay for their audit.
Why should we pay for their audit?
Remember when we were talking about that? Because they say they don't have the money, and if everybody is, the entire community is upset with us because we won't give them any money at all. And we will not pay for the audit that's required.
Yeah.
People don't understand that.
I think it might be helpful for us to do that, but it's certainly not required.
It's
for
not,
us.
it
And
is
it's a
not
fact of their
required.
own negligence that it's required, so.
It's exactly, well, and, yeah, and they were willing to do it, and then they voted it out.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Can I go back? You wanna appoint the board for the senior center?
yep.
Muscle Shoals County Council on Aging, MC.
Well, it's, I don't think we've named the board yet. It's gonna be a county board that's gonna oversee the senior center. And that way we can get money from the state and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well,
And we're really ready to step in whenever they,
you suppose Bruce would wanna be on that board?
You know.
Can I indicate that there was
I
discussion
really think
about the county contributing to the
I'm gonna call
audit?
Bruce and ask him to come over and visit with us regarding that issue.
well, let's talk about it. I think it's worth talking about, I really
Yeah.
do. You know, we don't wanna throw money away, okay? And that, the reason that we're not giving our
According
money.
to Sue, we're already doing it.
We're already, that's right. The reason we haven't given the money is because we're following Area 2 agency on, we're following their lead and they have concerns.
Yeah.
We don't have the concerns, they have the concerns. And they've been working with them for 23 years, so, but if this helps move this off the dime, we might do that, but realize that it's a bigger issue than just the audit.
You're correct.
It's
The
whether or not they
problem
wanna
is-
work together, they think they can work
The
together.
public is not hearing that from them,
No.
and the public is all, that's why they're against us.
We could pay for
They're
the
the
audit, we
ones
could be
causing the
all
trouble.
fine, and Area 2 could still say we're not gonna work with you.
Well, let's get a hold of Housing Authority and ask them about who they had audit theirs and what it would cost and look into it.
It's kind of an odd
Pam said it was
request.
very reasonable.
Yeah, it sounds like it's reasonable, but it's an odd, my instincts tell me it might be the good deed that gets punished.
Of course, the audit, the price of the audit depends how good the books are.
Well, let's say you fund this audit,
Yeah.
and then Area 2 agency still doesn't work with them.
That's quite
I
a
do think that
possibility.
we need to hear more.
Well, if we can find out if they actually spent the money legitimately, that'd be one point in their favor, so.
Well, just make the offer.
They just spent.
And I would not approve of it unless we got a signature from Bobby, the chairman, and from the administrator.
Right.
They agree to
Well,
it, because we can say all kinds of things, make offers and everything, and they'll deny it.
Yeah,
I got a
you
question.
know them, huh?
Yeah.
I got a question on that. If you fix the problem, how can they say we're just not gonna work with you?
If what?
If the problem is resolved, you find out whatever the errors were, go through the
Resolve it.
resolution process, it's been resolved, whether that looks like there was people involved or there was practices that weren't being followed. How, I don't know what that would look like at the end, obviously, but you get to the point you find out what the problem was, you resolve it. How can they say, well, we're not gonna work with you?
Because it's a relationship issue. they've been.
Okay, but the relationship was with,
With
happened
Area
with
2
the
agents.
problem though, isn't this a new board and these are new people, this is
No,
a
no, no,
different
no, no.
relationship?
This is the Muscle Shell Council on Aging,
Existing.
Sure.
existing board over at the senior center.
Sure,
They have dispute with the Area 2 Agency on Aging.
right,
One of the issues had to do with an audit.
correct.
They would not proceed with an audit, and what have we been talking about an audit for 12 months?
Yeah.
Well, I think what she's saying is if the audit gets done, and even if they find that there were bad practices being done, as long as we're aware of that, we fix it, we move on, how could they not still want to work
Because
with
they
us?
they're not obligated.
Oh.
Area 2 Agency on Aging, the state,
Mm-hmm.
is not
Obligated.
obligated to work with Muscle Shell Council on Aging. They can work with whoever they feel is the most responsible provider of those services. And the fact that that board has been fighting with their board,
They could
there's
just
relationship issues that they
It's
may
a
not want to go
contract.
forward with.
But if there's new people in the relationship, I think that you guys are
I think
like the
maybe
most
it's
amazing
hopeful.
3 candidates of this county, and I know that you could mend that relationship.
No, I honestly, I don't think that
Yes.
board has acted functionally. I think they're
We're
dysfunctional.
not therapists.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so in other words,
But if they fix the problem, and there's a new board that's fixing the problem that comes forth in goodwill and to help the community.
It's not us they have to appease, it's Area 2
yeah,
Yeah.
and the state.
Right, but
State,
then who would
State.
have,
state.
the board
But
that
you-
we're
but it-
appointing, the board that we're appointing
Yeah.
would replace that board.
And we
correct,
would be
and I
the-
think that they've got the
And
senior
then,
center
then the
facilities.
state
Has to
supposedly
decide.
would work with the new board.
Well, that's what I was saying, and I think
Yeah.
that you guys could help in, because you guys are, I mean, you as the, that building and the, you're funding that, that's funded
So
by
long
Muscle
as
Shoals
they're paying
County.
the rent, then they can't,
We can't kick them
we
out.
can't kick them out, they have to stay,
We should
they're
ask
allowed to
Marcy.
stay there.
Mm.
We have,
Marcy.
we have a lease agreement with them.
With that
A year,
board,
1 year, yes. So long
but
as
aren't
they
you talking
keep
about
paying.
replacing that board?
Yeah, we'd be getting,
Yeah.
we would appoint a new board.
With
And
a
this
new
new
name.
board would be under us.
But we can't use that facility till they default on their rent agreement.
Right.
Oh.
So the
So
new
they're not
board would
going
be, the
anywhere,
new
is
board
what
would
you're
be
saying.
facilitating meals and whatnot in different areas until that.
I see what you're
So
saying.
we
So the
can,
board is not,
So they're not
the new
willingly
board
to-
is not a board that is replacing the current board, it's a different, whole different entity.
yes,
And
It
then,
is,
Okay.
and they'll-
but it's,
the new board will apply for the contract with the state and Area 2 to supply the seniors.
Wow.
so what we can ask
So it'll be a whole new system.
our cash
And the thing about the new
is
board
if
is
she
we
would
don't
verify
control
that they have paid their rent.
I see.
this all started with seniors complaining about services. So there's, I guess the bottom line is there's a plan to make sure that seniors don't lose their services.
So you're putting another board in.
And we need to do another board. And what Area 2 Agency on Aging does with Muscle Shell Council on Aging, that's between them and Muscle Shell Council on Aging. Whether or not they're able to resolve that relationship or not, that's up to them. Apparently Bruce is asking for us to pay for an audit to help him resolve it. And I think we're gonna consider that. We need to talk about it.
Well, maybe even consider just paying half. Maybe, you know, because like, you know, the point that was made, that obviously if there's a lot of stuff that's gone wrong, it's gonna be a larger amount. Well, at least if you're saying, well, I'm willing to pay for half, to say like, we're willing to help, but how many years have we also been asking to get an audit? And now we're here, and it wouldn't be this large of a bill if we didn't wait this long and have this many issues. We could have caught this a long time ago.
And what if you did an audit or offered to pay for the audit with conditions? We're gonna pay for this audit and essentially work to try to rebuild this relationship should the audit turn out, but otherwise we want the board to resign, we want you to resign your lease. If we find that there's been any malfeasance at the end of the audit, then
What
you
if
resign
find
and you
there
guys
hasn't-
leave.
What if you find that they've remedied all of their dollar issues? you think that's a board that's works with people?
Well, that could also be part of your conditions of that you wanna have more oversight over the
think we
board.
can
We
work
will do
with
this
We
if
can't,
we
by law,
find.
we can't.
Yeah.
They're a
Yeah.
501c.
You just need to
Yeah.
come up with new values.
And that's why they haven't listened to us.
Yeah.
We have no authority.
Yeah,
I fear, this is just me, and I know we're hashing this out, and this is being recorded. I fear that if we help them, it will somehow open a Pandora's. I think we need to keep that relationship between Area 2 agency and Melissa. I don't think we should get involved at all. But then there's the public perception that we're not trying to help the seniors, but I
Well,
don't think.
what could we do to get is there any way that we could, without getting involved with the relationship, is there a way we could speed up the process to get to a resolution to ensure the seniors continue to get services that
Well,
are
that's why
quality?
they got worded.
Seniors are, they're
They
already
have never
getting
been
services.
interrupted,
Yeah,
Yeah.
never been interrupted.
so Area 2 Agency on Aging has been providing meals and transportation outside of the senior center. So there's been no disruption of services. In fact, that's why we're giving that, that's why we signed today to send down money to help them continue to do that for the seniors in this area.
the only place it's been interrupted is Nelson, because they have not,
Yeah.
they cut the money off.
Yeah. So, but honestly, I do think we wanna talk about the pros and cons of helping them with the audit. It might bring this to a head, but even if they do have a favorable audit, I'm not sure it's gonna address the relationship issues that exist between them.
Personalities. We could do an anonymous donation.
Called the Goffney
Do
Foundation.
you wanna explain this? Would you like to explain that to Bruce, because he has been.
Yeah, I'd like to talk, and he's just, what he is suggesting we do is just to show how people don't understand
Yeah.
what's going on here. They just feel like we're not giving any money to the senior center and we're the bad guys.
And we should talk with Marcy today too,
Yeah.
because I have not gotten any update from her.
Well, maybe the payment we give to Area 2, maybe they can use it for an audit.
Yeah.
We'll talk to her about
I
that.
think bringing the audit to a head is one major step forward, but what happens after that, I don't know.
Well,
Okay.
I think it's more complicated than that.
You
Because I
think?
felt like there was a double standard when Area 2 came in and said, we aren't wanting to use the Millstone Bar and Grill. We have to keep their senior center open, but I want to close the
Hey
one
there,
here
Bruce. It's
and
my
do it
turn
at
to
the
say
back
if you would
porch.
like,
So if the
come on
standard is
over
we
and
want the
visit with us and
community
we'll
to
talk
have the
about
senior
the
centers open for the
Muscle
services for the
County
seniors,
County
then
Senior
that's
Center,
the actual,
so-
that's a core value.
Just
It
give me a
stays the
call if
same,
you
it'll be
would,
the
and
same
we'll
in
get you fitted.
Millstone as it would be in
Thanks.
Roundup. But what we have here, I think, is a little bit more convoluted, because I feel like that the relationship with individuals is more of the center of the frustration, rather than having it be a core value of what they're really trying to accomplish in the community, because it can't be different. If it's a core value, it would be the same for Millstone as it would be for Roundup.
So are you thinking the Area 2 agency, the state agency, is not treating them the same?
Well, they're not. She came in here and said that. She specifically wants to do the meals at the back porch here and not have the senior center functioning here. But she specifically had the same option in Millstone and said we can't shut down that senior center in Millstone and use the Millstone Bar and Grill. And that was, she was trying to keep that senior center open, but once our senior center closed, it's not. There's
She's not-
something
she's
different
not
there.
trying- I think that's Area 2 agency on aging is not trying to close down this senior center.
No?
They can't continue to fund them because they have fiscal concerns.
Sure.
So they're saying satisfy, and then that has turned into such a ridiculous back and forth between them that their relationship has been damaged.
Sure.
Hey there, Marcy, this
Now,
is.
as
So that
far
is
as the
happening.
muscle,
Say
SARS
we're,
muscle
this is
shell
Friday, let's see,
getting
October
services,
10th, I guess.
area,
If you could come on in today.
muscle
or
shell
if you could
council on
give us a
aging,
call,
cut them
that'd be
off.
great. We'd just like
Cut off
some
Millstone.
updates on,
cut off Millstone.
what's
So
happening.
area two said, well, we'll help Millstone.
Muscle Shell Senior
But Area 2
Center.
has stepped in
If you
and
would
made
give us
sure
a
that
call at
Millstone
323-1104,
Roundup
that would be
do
great.
not have a disruption in their services for
Nope.
meals and transportation, because and they're paying for it with their state funding that they would normally give to,
To the area.
Area 2 aging.
So they're just using the funds directly to do the
Caveat.
I don't understand the double standard, I don't think there is one. You're thinking they're trying to shut down?
well, she wanted to continue to do the meals at the back porch here,
Muscle Shell County on Aging will
but wanted the
voluntarily shut
Millstone,
down.
didn't wanna do that in the Millstone, to get the Millstone Bar and Grill to do the meals there, remember? She's like, and,
So, no, she's wanting to have a program in Millstone.
right, but she did not want the meals coming from anywhere other than having the one gal cook them at that senior center there.
Well, she didn't think Muscle Shell County on Aging would share the commodities. We'd have to provide commodities, but she would.
It was sharing of
I don't think it was
food.
against the bar and grill, it was really what's the
No.
most efficient way to do it.
No, she, you're saying that Marcy did not want to work with Millstone? Either
She didn't know, she said she didn't want the Millstone Bar and Grill providing the meals for the Millstone Senior Center. She had a gal there that she wanted to do it.
Sylvia.
Yeah, but I think the only reason she did that is because the Sylvia way would be more efficient, would cost less money.
Yeah.
Than the
It was
Millstone.
more, it wasn't a
Do you wanna come on
personality
over?
thing, it was,
Are you in
the
town?
only reason she's using the
Okay.
back porch is because that's her only
Yeah, we
option.
got a little, why don't you come on over and we'll talk about the.
Okay, well, I understand that, yes, like that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, yeah.
Is she
it's-
coming now, Mike?
Bruce will be coming over.
Who's coming?
Bruce.
Can I talk to you guys about the notice to proceed? Are we done with business?
Yep.
Okay.
Completely,
What?
completely done.
Okay. I just got the pro forma from Randy. This is the different subject for, the revised pro forma. So we'll have all that we need and all of his commitments fulfilled by our Tuesday meeting. So y'all can look over it. I'm gonna email it to you.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
that's
Just
great.
got it seconds ago. Okay, so, last Friday, you guys voted to sign a notice to proceed with Don Minot for the phase 2 of the structural repair for the Weir building. If Bob's independent estimate matched his proposal, and it was $4,000 off, 2%, so it's a go.
So
Bob
it's a
says-
no-go, right?
No, we have to lower his price, $5,000. No, yeah, go ahead.
So I created a notice to proceed, he has asked for $50,000 mobilization, some kind of fee, what did he call it? Anyway, he's gonna use it to pay for the supplies for the glue lamp and all the big beams that he has to buy.
It's his cash, it's a cash flow issue.
It's a cash flow. So, are you guys okay with that?
I am.
Okay, so I put that in there because there is a 4 to 5 week lead time, and he's saying he's gonna be done in 6 weeks, so he's gonna order them today if I deliver this to him. So the other thing I told him was that the contract would be fully executed as soon as possible, as soon as we review it.
Yeah.
We would do the mobilization fee, but I said, I'm gonna read the sentence. The county agrees to provide a $50,000 mobilization deposit to assist with immediate purchase of supplies with the understanding that John Minot Enterprises will provide the invoices for the purchase supplies and the documentation for his performance and payment bonds as soon as possible. And I told him this morning that I needed it with the payout, so he knows. So I could change that to say with the payout. But it says as soon as possible. Also, because of the urgency of the work, so this is the clause that I would like to talk to you guys about. Whether to leave this in here, I have a draft of this sentence in here or not in here. Also, because of the urgency of the work and the fact that we have a second contractor waiting on the completion of phase 2 structural, the county will be adding a liquidated damage